Meanwhile, after that, you decide you're going to get out. And then what's your plan when you get out? So now you got to earn a living. What do you decide you're going to go do?
So yeah, I had an apartment. So I thought I would sell that. And then I got 40,000 euros on a bank account, which I figured that, okay, for half of that I can pay a year's rent or something. And then other I will invest in poker.
Okay.
So I figured I left off with poker. I was pretty good at that. So I figured I would start that again. And then I started playing poker. And actually the problem was that I was doing too good. And now as you're doing good, you think that that's something which will last. And in reality, what lasted was that I was winning money. I never lost in terms of I always made money, but my expenses were, for whatever reason, just going higher and higher and higher, and I didn't check the balance, I guess, or I don't know what the fuck I was doing. So eventually I ended up in a situation where I was minus 30,000 in 1.5 years later.
You needed to win more, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you want to earn 3,000-4,000 in a month, you have to have about the bankroll of 100,000, because the highs and lows are so crazy. So there's so much variance.
So you got to be able to dig yourself out of a hole.
Yeah, so you have to have a bankroll.
And if you don't have a bankroll, you're just stuck. You need to go down, that's it. So
there's no stability. You can't get stable because you can't get the money out because you need it to work. So. So eventually, there's no stability there. And I was putting in hours. So for me now, all the time, so I got together with the mother of the child just before I deployed.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were together 6 years. Somewhere in the middle, my brother was born. And then I kind of tried to figure out things. And then when we moved to Tartu, and where I was from, then the rent went even higher because I started renting a house now.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're literally the only income you have is poker.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then things start to don't work, but I'm never looking at the red flags. I'm thinking, okay, if I do that, I was kind of contingency planning all the time. So I was kind of prepared. I knew that I can, whatever happens, I can dig myself out from it. So I always took leap of faith. Okay, maybe this works. Maybe nothing worked. And then eventually, I put in hours. So when I came back, I was okay, how do I schedule my day? Because I had no idea how to operate outside from someone telling me what to do. And the only thing what I knew is that, okay, in the military, we had schedules. This is how your day starts, this is how it ends. And then I just made a schedule. I planned every hour. And then I had a schedule, Saturday was a rest day. And every day I played poker. Mm-hmm. So now for me, I was always home. But for my family, I was working.
Was it online poker?
Mostly online. Mostly online. So I eventually played 6,000 hours in total. So I was sitting there I think 2,500 hours a year or maybe more. So 10, 15, 16 hour days sitting behind the computer, just grinding.
Is it fun for you, or are you just working?
It is fun. It's fun and it's working. Eventually it becomes work.
Yeah.
It's a beatable game. It's just a skill game, I would say. It requires the same thing with every other thing. You have to learn. You have to be disciplined. You have to manage your bankroll in right level. You can't go and play. If you have 1,000 euros, you can't play a tournament within 1,000 euro buy-in. Mm-hmm. You have to play €1 buy-in, because then you can play 1,000 tournaments. So, but yeah, I mean, eventually you're able to make some money, but it just, I don't know, I was somewhere in a tunnel because of my ego, and everyone outside was thinking, oh, Remo is doing so good. He's living in the right apartments. He's living large. But in reality, everything turned into shit. So obviously, as I put so many hours, I was not able to build a relationship with the mother of my child. And then eventually, she came in at some point where everything was already shit anyways. And then she said that he found a more awesome dude than I, which I kind of agreed, because to me that was like a way out.
Mm-hmm.
I actually pushed forward a hard conversation. I already saw a long time ago that this is not working, but I just postponed it and postpone it. And that gave me a way out. And then when I got the way out, then that was the moment when I kind of stumbled upon on your book.
Mm.
And then on the first page, like first I thought, obviously, where did all of my trouble start? It was my mentor who led me into this hole. It was my mother of my child who sucked at things. It was nothing to do with me. And then I pretty much took that book and read the first chapter. It didn't take much more to figure out that I had to look into the mirror. And then I just started grinding for the first two weeks. Pretty much I had 500 euros. I had a rent to pay, which was like 1,500. So I knew that we were going to split. I have no place to live. They don't have any place to live. So I called a few of my buddies. I said, okay, I need 4,000 euros, another loan. Mm-hmm. And then I figured out the place where they could live. And then there was my friend who was the same dude who talked with my uncle and cried that, hey, I need something to do. He was like going to his friend's farm. And then I just went there for 2 months in the summer. And what I did, I just destroyed buildings. Like there was some
demolition.
Yeah, something like that with whatever. And just thinking about life. And now I was like, I'm like, I don't know, 30 or 29. I'm like in the biggest hole of my life. I'm retired. I'm a soft guy. And I'm actually like nothing. I have nothing. So I was in that spot. And then I started asking, okay, what should I do? And then someone recommended me that, hey, maybe as you have a military background, we're starting to have a defense industry now. So maybe it would make sense that you start asking them. And then I went to the defense industry page. There's like, I don't know, 100 companies in Estonia. And I just listed out 7 of them because first one was like they were doing like empty shells that you can fill in with explosives or plastic explosives. So you can heat those under your bed and they are not considered as weapons. But if you add C4 into it, it's an actual like M14. It's like a
Claymore?
Yeah, it's Claymore, but also like this directional charge.
EFP?
EFP, exactly, yeah. So as we were testing those things when I was in the army, I thought, okay, maybe they would like to utilize my knowledge. They said, yeah, you can contact us in half a year. So, okay, cool.